Hi friends, I'm back with another mask make. Let's make some of these little corner pocket or corner flips that go in the bottom. So what we'll do is we start with a piece of this is avocado dyed cardstock or a piece of scrapbook paper. I already have some cut, and we're going to cut them to 3.5 by 3.5 square. So that's all it is, 3.5 by 3.5. These are going to be so easy. Y'all are going to love them. So all you're going to do is take it and fold it from corner to corner. You can get a lot of these made in a little bit of time. So there you go. Scooch it down. This one, I've got that. This gives another place for your journal recipient to write. Just a little place that they can, pop it up and put some words in there that they would like to. You just want to match up your points and fold it over, and then you're going to crease it. This is, these are Stamperias. This is Medieval Mirage. I have it backed with coffee dyed paper. There's that one, and another Medieval Mirage. And there's this one. These are so quick and easy. Crease it, and last one, I'm going to pop it over. And there's that. Now we've got it down. Open it up. I like to round this point. So I'm going to take my medium slot. You got a small, medium, and a large one there. I'm going to take that medium, and I'm just going to pop that down. And if you see, that's as round as it gets. And then right in there. And right there. One more. And right there. Now, you can round these corners as well. And what you would do is just open it up, put that in there, and round that. And then that's going to give just a little bit of a curve at the end, at the edge there, if you can see. Let me show you on a different one with some color. It's a little easier to see with some color. We'll do that and that. There. You've got just a little bit of a curve there. And it's just enough to make it so it's not so offensive, as Joy says. Do that. You actually even could use your smaller one for that corner. We'll do that. We'll do that on this one. It's just a smaller corner or round. There's all of that. I'm going to go through and ink them all at once. Let's see. I have a dauber around here somewhere, right behind my coffee cup. We'll just ink these edges. And we're only going to ink the side that's going to be showing on the outside. And if you want to ink the inside, you can. It certainly doesn't hurt. You would go all the way around. So there's that one. I'm going to have this side out on this one, so I'm going to ink that side. I'm going to go along here. And then I'm going to go along my inside. Whoops, I have the dropsies. And one of the biggest reasons I'm doing it on the inside, especially with these coffee dyed ones, is because I've already got some edges on there with the coffee dyed, or with the from where it was coffee dyed. So I want to make a match, basically. I think I'm going to put this. You know, we've got a lot of pink. Let's put this blue side out. Ink the top. And I'm going to go ahead and do the inside. You know, let's get a little piece of coffee dyed paper and just put that inside so that it gives us more of a writing space on there. Here's a little piece of coffee dyed paper. So what we'll do is we'll just mark it. Let's use where the coffee is on there. And let's just mark it right there and right there. We'll get our cutter. And there's that. We'll use our medium punch on two sides, and then we'll use our small one because I think I used the medium all the way around, so good. That'll make it easier. Do that. We'll get a piece of parchment paper and some glue stick. And we'll just cover that and we'll stick that right inside. And then that'll be a good writing spot for somebody. Perfect. There. So now when they open it, they'll have that. Okay. I want this side out on this one. So we'll ink that. We'll ink the inside of there to match. Right there. Perfect. And we've got one more. So let's make, oh, we have two more. This one I feel like somebody can write in fine. Let's go ahead and cover this one up just like we did the other one. And we'll just mark it here. And get a cutter. There we go. This away. We'll get that paper out again. We'll glue it real quick, and we'll be able to put that on, and we will be done with it. And I forgot to do the corners. Let's see if we can get them real quick. Have what glue on there. It's not the smartest way to do it, but you know what? We're getting it done. So I said, no edits, real life here. Real life here. There we go. There. Nice. There's that. Close up our glue. And now we'll ink. And I think I'm going to have this side out on this one. I'll go through and ink it. There's that. Oh, I forgot this side. See, if I edited my videos, you guys would never know how good I am at making mistakes and then having to go back and fix them. That. And now I definitely want this side out on this one. So let me get a little bit more ink on my inker. We'll go through and ink. Oh, let's get some rounded corners on there on the other sides. Do the inside. Yeah, I think that's fine to write on right there. It's light enough, and there's even some lines should they choose to use them. There's that. We're going to put that side out. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's that. Go through and crease them all again. We've had them open, makes it a little bit easier to work with. That, that, and that. There. Now we can decorate. What I did on these ones is I did some buttons. I did a little paper flower that I cut the ball in the middle out with and put a button in the middle of it and some lace across the top. So let's see what we've got over here that we can work with. We used some of the same laces that we did in the last video, just because I have them out and I have them handy. So I just really like this one with this paper. So let's use this one on here. We'll cut it a little bit long again so that we have plenty to work with. And we'll get our 3-in-1. And we'll go across the top here. We'll make it a little bit wide so we catch some of that longer stuff. Make sure we've got it the right side up. Oh, this one's hard to tell. This is the right side. And we'll go right on there. Now, what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and not get it over that fold. We don't want any of our lace to go above the fold, because when they open it, that would impede it from opening good. So let's cut off our excess. There's that. Cute. And then we can do, I have some more of those flowers. Let's see if I can find what I did with them. Oh, I just had them. Let's see. Well, we'll use something else. We'll use something else. How about How about one of those? That's cute. So we'll put one of these on there. Let me get a little piece of green off the top. We'll put some glue on there. This is the back. This is the front. So I'll put some glue on there. There we go. And we'll just lay that right down there. And we've got a finished one. Cute. There's that one. We'll do another one. We'll put, let's take this. I love this trim. It's one of my absolute favorites, and I don't know what it is about it that I love so much, but I do. I just love it. It would have looked good on that rose too, but let's do this one. I'm going to make it a little bit big so that we can kind of center it. There we go. Go. I'll clean off some of my glue, even out the top. Go. Got to go to work tomorrow, and I really would prefer not to. I'd really prefer to stay home and make videos and play with y'all. But my bills say I must go to work. That is, and they run my life right now. So the bills do. They say when I have to work and when I don't. Get rid of that. We got just a little piece down here we can get rid of. There's that. Cute. I like that. And then what we can do is let's, you know what would be cute? Let's get some of this. Oops, I'm so sorry. Bumped my camera. There we go. Let's get some of this pink trim. Very cute. I'll just cut a little piece of this off. And we'll make a little bow out of it. There we go. This is the hardest part for me, is getting it to where it's snug and it looks the way I want it to, and it's going the right direction, and it's doing what I want it to do. And getting the loops the same size and then snug too. There we go. And there's our bow. We'll snip some of that off. There we go. We'll just put that right up. I'm going to make it just a little bit smaller. There. Cute. I'll do that. Put a little bit of glue on the back of it. And we'll just put that right up there. There. That's that one. Now, let me put my lid on so I don't spew glue all over the place. Get rid of some garbage. We'll do another kind of an off-white one, I think, for this. Yep, I do. This is a little bit, this may be too big. We don't want it to go over, so let's do a piece of our snowball lace, or trim, whatever you want to call it. This is one of my absolute favorite trims. I don't know why I love it as much as I do, but I do. And I had gotten some from like an antique store or something one time, and I was being so ginger and careful with how much of it that I used, because I didn't want to, I only had a very little amount, and I did not want to never have any more. Well, then all of a sudden along came Deb Wilson selling it, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. That is my favorite. So I was quick to get some from her, and I got a lot. It was very important that I had. I don't know why I love it as much as I do, but I do. There's that. And this one doesn't really, I don't think, has so much a front and the back. But just like we did in the last video, I want to use the edge to glue it with. And I'm going to take it right up there. I'm going to put a little dot of glue going along these ones, and not the ones hanging off the edge, I don't think, but the ones in the middle, so that they stick down a little bit better. There we go. There's that. And then when we open this one, it looks just like that. There's that one. I think I'm just going to leave that one just like it is, nothing down here. This one we'll do, let's see. Go. I think, let's see, let's put that right on there. What do you think? What do you think? I think it's pretty. I love these little medallions. Do you like them? I do. A little piece. Hold it over there. I want it on the outside, though. There we go. And this one. There, now it kind of has some dimension to it. I'm going to stick that, I think, right on there. And that's going to be all that this one needs. What I'm going to do is, when I'm done with this one, I'll show you what we've got so far. And then I have to run. I'm going to finish the other two that I have off camera, that you can see just exactly how quick they are. And they will go in our mass make stash, so that when we go to make our journal together, we will have a bunch of items to choose from. And then we'll have items that we can use on other journals as well, because we're making more than one. We're mass making, and we'll just have a lot to choose from. So there is that. Let me put my lid on. And in 24 minutes, we got this one done. 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 And I have two more that I'm going to decorate off camera. So If y'all give it a try, let me know how it goes for you. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you tried it. And I hope y'all have a good day. Bye.